Good afternoon, I'm Charles Lejano. This is One News Now. Motorists can now renew their licenses and process car registrations as LTO branches across the metro are now open under the GCQ. To give us the latest update on the LTO, we have with us live reporting from its central office in Quezon City, Ms. Pat Mangune. Pat, kamusta naman dyan? Mahaba na ba yung pila? Have people started lining up to renew their licenses?
Yes, Charles, people started to queue as early as 7 a.m. this morning to get their driver's license and their car registration. And just like what you said, all branches of LTO in NCR are already open. Individuals flock the Quezon City Licensing Center to either apply for a driver's license or renew those that expired during the quarantine period. Up to 30 applicants are allowed to enter the licensing office at any given time. For now, the QCLC is reducing transactions from the usual 700 a day down to 300 as they are operating with a skeletal workforce. Those who reserve their schedules online through LTO's website and Facebook page did not have to wait that much compared to walk-in applicants. These walk-in applicants, though, did not mind spending several hours in line as long as they get their licenses within the day. Waiting time averages around 4 hours for walk-ins before their licenses are released. This is why the LTO is advising the public to reserve their slots ahead of time so they don't have to wait that long to complete their transactions. Applicants 21 years old and younger are not yet allowed to transact. Meanwhile, the motor vehicle registration of LTO's Diliman District Office has also opened today. But there are no lines in the Diliman office as there were only a few people who went there. The Traffic Adjudication Service has also started operations today, which means motorists and drivers can now claim confiscated licenses. Most of them were cited for traffic violations just before the quarantine back in March. Others committed quarantine-related violations during the ECQ and MECQ. The LTO Law Enforcement Service advised them to prepare a fine of 1,000 pesos for violations of disregarding social distancing and excess passengers, which is equivalent to passenger overloading. A violation for not wearing face mask or non-compliance with sanitary measures is equivalent to reckless driving, which has a fine of 2,000 to 10,000 pesos and is also a breach of franchise with a fine of 1,000 to 5,000 pesos for the operator if it was a public utility vehicle. Those caught for driving as an unauthorized person outside residence is equivalent to driving without a valid license, which has a fine of 3,000 pesos. While PUVs apprehended for continuing to convey passengers while the ban was in effect will be cited as colorum and fined 1 million pesos for buses, 50,000 for jeepneys, 200,000 for vans, 120,000 for sedans or taxis, and 6,000 pesos for tricycles.
During ECQ and MECQ, meron niyang sa Bayanihan Act. I-inquest talaga yan, sunod sa police. Pero we are now implementing the GCQ, may guidelines kami, Memorandum Circular MC 2002 DOST 2185. So doon nakalagay doon yung mga violations with regards to yung mga we follow the guidelines of IATF and the DOTR. So ito yung mga ini-implement namin.
Charles, the LTO reminds the public that the no face mask, no entry policy is strictly enforced, as well as maintaining social distancing. That is in all of LTO's branches. And aside from that, as an additional security measure, LTO has also installed plastic barriers, alcohol dispensers, disinfection mats, as well as their improved or improvised hand washing stations. Charles?
All right, Pat, I'm just curious to know, if I was to renew my driver's license, say, today, would I be able to get the card on the same day?
Yes, Charles, you'll just have to fall in line and probably wait for 3 to 4 hours. But at the end of the day or after your wait, you'll still receive or you'll still be able to claim your driver's license as renewed or a new one. Charles?
That's good to know. But then what what about pag magpaparenew ng rehistro ng sasakyan? Are they as efficient as they were before?
Well, so far, operations for the motor vehicle registration is still normal, but there's still no queues. So probably the transactions would take 30 minutes or less than an hour. Depends on how long they will validate your documents. But there won't be any problem at the moment while there aren't much people coming for that transaction yet. Charles?
Right, Pat. Paano kung ikaw yung gusto mo i-contest yung citation, or if let's say you want to protest your violation, how soon can the LTO accommodate this?
Yeah, for those motorists who are going to contest their traffic citation tickets, they always have a right to submit contest letters or petitions, but they might be accommodated for hearings and rescheduled on another day, but it won't be today, because if they refuse to pay the fine, they won't be able to claim their driver's license for today. Charles?
All right, thanks for that, Pat. That was Pat Mangune reporting to us live from the LTO Central Office in Quezon City. Here are other stories we are keeping our eyes on. The DOST says they're testing products that could potentially speed up the recovery of COVID-19 patients. These include formulations infused with virgin coconut oil, medicinal herbs such as tawa-tawa and lagundi. The agency also said that they're currently negotiating vaccine trials. Over 300 barangay officials are facing criminal charges over anomalies surrounding the payout of the Social Amelioration Program, or SAP. The DILG said cases will be filed against them following the investigation of the PNP-CIDG. And Cabanatuan City is strictly implementing health protocols for travels to and from the city's central terminal, even if restrictions have been eased under GCQ. Buses entering the terminal are sprayed with disinfectant, and so far, just a few jeepneys and passenger vans have resumed operations. Other operators, meanwhile, are still securing their permits from the LTFRB. For more updates, follow News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.